Hello, I'm the seamstress at the cottage, and my name is Katinka. Okay, Miss Pinky is off on a mission. I've got my vegetable garden, and I've got a vole problem. These stupid things keep on eating the roots of my lettuce. And then I would get there in the morning and I would have all these lettuces pulled into the ground and totally wilted. Nothing wrong with the leaves, but the roots are gone. And I saw that they caught one. So I'm hoping they're going to catch the other two, because I think there's like 2 or 3 of them. And they are driving me insane. Nothing I do is stopping them. So that's beside the point. Let's get back to sewing, because that's what today is about. So anyway, I have finished my jersey. I love it. It is nice and warm and cozy. 100% cloud-borne wool, or yarn as the rest of the world call it. I did some cables, which I love. I gave it nice big sleeves, and it's nice and big. It's got a cable pattern down the side, which I love. The only thing is, I don't usually use a pattern. Now and again I will use a pattern, but you can figure things out why I use a pattern. So anyway, when I did the back on this, I did some German short rows to let it come up higher so it can cover my kind of bent neck. You know, when you are working with sewing and stuff, you do get a hump. So I did it very nicely because it does cover it and it doesn't pull up or down. But I find that it moves to the back. You can see the shoulder seam is there. And they were knitted the same. I counted the rows and everything. So I need to figure out what's going on and why is he doing that. But when I do pull it forward, I think I might have knitted the back too high. Or, yeah, I think that's one of the problems. But then when I do pull it so it sits on the shoulder, then it feels like it's too short at the back. It feels like it's this much too short. So I'm going to still figure it out. But for now, I am wearing it because it's winter. And I might not get another cold spell to wear it. So you embrace the winter when it's there. Loving it. Another thing I finished with the knitting. I finished this shawl last year. But I wanted to give it this nice little lace edge. So what I did, let me do it like this so you can see. So there's a nice little lace edge. So what I did is I finished the shawl. It's nice and long and I just love it. And then I just knitted the lace edge on afterwards. And I literally had this much left over. Now that my jersey is finished, I want to finish this shawl. I've started it also a few years ago. And have been working it on and off. And I never finished it. It was just lounging there in a basket for the last 6 months, maybe longer. And I finally finished it. So I just love it. And I've given it a little button. And then I can just tie it in the back and then wear it like this when I'm working, because often when I'm working it's my back that gets cold and my chest area and my arms I get irritated if my arms are too thickly covered, and also the sleeves hook on stuff, so I prefer not to have stuff on my sleeves. So this is just perfect for that. Another way of wearing it is to turn it around and fold it over and fold it in, and I love wearing it like this as well, because then it's not so thick for the coat, because if you have a normal scarf it gets really thick in the back. Love this. Okay, as I continued through the week, I had an unannounced audit, which was not fun. It really messed my time management and time planning up. So I think I only sewed uniforms 2 times this week for 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours this week. But the audit is done. I've passed it and everything is fine for the farm. But in the meantime, it just left me a bit on a low. So I didn't finish as much as I wanted to. And I didn't sew as much as I wanted to. I actually waste quite a lot of time on my phone, on YouTube, watching everybody sewing videos, which was fun. But usually I watch those while I'm sewing, and I didn't do it. This time I just was parked on the couch and just watching videos. Not good. Another thing I did finish was these bags. This was part of my whip pile. These were lounging away in a cupboard in the corner for 2 years. I think they were still from my shop. And I never finished them. Maybe 3 years. So anyway, I did 2 of these. They go over your shoulder like this. Just a plain bag, no zips or anything. And I put my little label, my little logo up there. I like it. And I did another one like that. Then I also did 2 of these big ones. Now these ones are so nice when you're traveling, because often you buy stuff and then it doesn't fit in your bag. So this one weighs nothing. So I like to take this along because then I can stuff it full of stuff, and that's in my hand luggage. And then, where's the other one? Oh, there. Then I made a medium-sized one like this, also with a pocket in the front, just with the logo, and I gave it a boxed inset like that. So I finished 6 bags, which I'm very happy about. I already sold 2. That helps. The price of petrol, getting to work and stuff, helps a lot. So that's been that. Then a friend of mine is here. So one of my best friends in the village, her mom died recently. She was 90 and she had an amazing life, and she had a stroke, and so she just passed away while her girls were holding her hand, and it was so precious. And they were actually going through her stuff, and they found her Bible, and she wrote in on a little piece of on a piece of paper the hymn she wanted at a funeral and the scripture she wanted, and it was such a celebration of her life. So we had that this morning. But one of her nieces is a friend of mine, and she lives not far, but I don't see her often, and it was her birthday. So I finished this whip for her for a dress. So at one stage I made quite a lot of these dresses. If you're looking for a similar pattern, Rosary Apparel, she's got one. There's like, just go and see these different ones. So basically it's got the darts in the front, it's my own pattern. Then I usually line the bodice, but this one, because the material is quite thick, I just put bias binding there, and my material I didn't have enough to do bias binding around everything. So I folded the arms in, just gave it a little dart on the side, because I like to put a dart here because then it just covers this part and it doesn't flare. I gave it box pleats because the material is thick, you don't want to gather, and of course pockets, always pockets. And then we put a zip on the side. Let me bring you closer so you can see. So there's a zip, and you can just, an invisible zip, open it up. So I'm very happy that this is done. And then, while it was cold and rainy last weekend, on Saturday it was extremely cold. Now for the rest of the world it might not sound that cold. It was like 43 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe a bit less. But for us, we South Africans are not used to that type of temperature, so it was cold. And I only have jeans and tights, and neither of those are really warm. They're warm, but they're not that warm. And I was cold. So my friends invited me to come over, and I thought, I want to wear my jersey, but I only have jeans and I need warm pants. So then I remembered I have it's sealed up with my wool materials, and I thought I'd quickly make myself a pair of wool pants. So I went through the materials and I came across this. Oops, I've got slippers on here. So anyway, this is the most beautiful corduroy with flowers on it. I'll put a video in while I was making it. And I made myself some pants. So it's got elastic in the top. I gave the pockets on the front because I couldn't get the pockets on the back to look pretty. They would either be too low or too high. So I decided pockets in the front, just patch pockets will be fine. And I like the way it fits. And it's like almost not completely bell bottoms. It's like bootleg. It's like bootleg. And they are so comfy and so warm. So I'm very chuffed with that. That was a good investment in my future winters. So I think that was it. I then ran out of steam. I have been busy working on all the other whips, but not a lot. I've got them all in different stages of being done. So I think I'm going to sit later tonight and just finish more. But yes, that was it. I heard back for the fashion show. It's not going to happen now, which I'm actually quite thankful for, because life has been just so busy these last few months. So this just takes some of the pressure off me. And otherwise, I am excited to keep on sewing. There's lots of things I want to finish this week. Most likely I won't get it done because, there's always that bias of thinking you can do more than you really can. But that doesn't bother me anymore because I appreciate and enjoy every step of the things that I do get done. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you are catching up on all your sewing, and getting ready for fall on your side. We are getting ready for spring on this side, so there's a few spring dresses that's been whipped that I'm busy finishing, which I'm very excited about. And I'll see you guys next week. Happy sewing!